guys, this is V again. Like I say, apparently everyone seems to be liking my wig how-to tutorials, so I decided that because I needed to build one of these anyway, I decided I would build a Alucard wig and show you guys how I do it. And now this wig is a request for a friend of mine. His name is Daniel. He's going to be doing an Alucard cosplay. He's a great cosplayer. And I wanted to show you how to build or modify a wig from a wig that you've already bought, especially when you need to do a little more kind of heavy modifications. Now, in this case, I would like to say, as I mentioned in some of my other videos, you don't have to buy a cosplay wig. You can get a wig from a hair store. That's perfectly great. And this right here is what I bought. This is a totally Instant Weave brand wig. Don't laugh. It's from a hair store, and it's synthetic. It's color 1B, which is an off black, which is natural black. And this is a full capped wig. It is a lace, not lace front, but you know, a netting wig. Has combs, and it also has a adjustable strap in the back. So this is a pretty good wig. This is in fact probably a lot more quality than you're gonna get off any cosplay website. So, and yes, I did not buy this in the package like this. I looked at wigs on heads and chose one. And the important thing that you're going to want to look at to see what kind of wig you're getting is look to see that the wig that you're buying and the wig that you're trying to make it into have some basic things in common. One, the color needs to be right or very close. I like to say the color should be right. So obviously this is a nice dark but a natural black. It's not like a blue black like some wigs are. And two, you can't see it right now, but when I unbag this, you'll see that this wig also, the closure, which is the part that is kind of where the part comes from in the wig. There is no real part in this wig, and like Alucard, who doesn't really have a part in his hair, you're going to need that, because it's harder to create a part on a wig than it is to have one that's already got the correct part. So, also, his hair is asymmetrical, so I found a wig. This one is an asymmetrical wig, and it does have kind of where the hair flows from, the whorl of the wig, which is about right here, which matches up with the reference pictures that I want to use. So here's your wig. You're also going to need some hair extension fiber for this. Now this says H Euro straight weaving hair. This says 100% human, but this is actually probably synthetic hair, or partially or mostly synthetic hair. So there we got our weaving hair. This is wefted hair, which means that it is not loose. It is on a weft. So you want to make sure you're not getting loose hair. So here's the wefts of the hair. You can see we got a lot. And this is a short length. This is only, what, maybe 5 or 6 inches. And that is because I did not need 12 inches of hair to add to this wig, because we're just going to be adding a little bit of length in it. So we got our weaving hair. And I'm also going to be using, I already had some of this, but some slightly longer wefted hair. This is a little bit longer than what I showed you, but it's a similar quality, and the color is very, very close, which in the wig, when it's all blended together, you won't notice any slight color differences. And also this, which is another black hair, but this one's got a little bit of a wave, and I might be using this in a couple of places, kind of in the interior, to give the wig some body and make it not, excuse me, look flat. So, those are our things we're going to need. We're also going to need the wig form, which I told you about before in my other videos. I'm going to be using a mannequin stand. You're also going to need, this is sew-in or weaving thread. This is the thread that you can get from the hair store. This is used for doing sew-in weaves. I use it to sew wefts to wigs, and I think it's the best because it's very sturdy. It won't pop when you're combing your wig. You're going to need a curved needle. This is actually not a needle for doing weaves on people because it's sharp. Doesn't matter if it's sharp or dull because we're sewing through a wig. We're not in danger of poking anyone's head, but it does need to be curved so that we can hook it under any wefts and through the meshes that we need to. And we're also going to need these, or sewing pins. These are T-pins. These are the pins we're going to use to pin our wig down. Sewing pins will work if you don't have T-pins, but I think T-pins are the best. You're also going to be needing some tools to style with. For one, you're going to need some styling products, which I'll go over in one of the next parts of this video. You'll need a blow dryer. You will need some rollers, like this, little Velcro rollers. These are $2 rollers. And you're also going to need some different kinds of clips for today, actually. So here I've got some clips because you're going to need to clip the wig as you work. And you're going to need some combs. You're going to need a tail comb like this. And you're also going to need a bristle brush, which normally I say never use bristle brush on your wig, but when it comes to short wigs, it's better to brush them out than comb them out. And you're also going to need some large kind of wig combing utensils probably. And other than that, you should be good. And of course, sewing, you're going to need some regular scissors. And finally, for when we do the haircut portion of this, you're going to need some hair cutting scissors. So be sure to have all or most of these things on hand. Today, mostly, or for this part, I'm mostly just going to be showing you how to sew the wefts into the wig and make it longer and fuller. And of course, I forgot to mention this, but you're definitely going to need a reference picture or several reference pictures that shows you what you want to do. Now, I'm very familiar with how Alucard looks, but my friend requested that these were the kind of pictures that he wanted me to work off of because he felt this was what he wanted to do. So first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to take your wig out and mount it on your form. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up our wig here, and they usually come in these little bags to keep them protected. So we're just going to take the bag off. This one has like a piece of stabilizer inside of it. And these little plastic stabilizer rings to keep it from getting too flat inside the package. Alright. As you can see, this is a pretty short wig, but we're going to add to it. So we've got this. We're going to cut these tags off. Don't need any of these. Remove any of these little threads that are in there. Make sure you don't have any taggers hanging on. And now what we're going to do is we're going to inspect the underside of the wig and make sure that there's nothing wrong with it. This one's probably in great shape, but it's good to check. So I'm just looking at the meshing and the way the wefts have been sewed on, making sure there's no holes or anything. The lace is very firm at the top. This has got comfort fit sides, which I really like. And here's the adjustable closures. Now I like to make these, to do this kind of work with the wig only slightly or not adjusted at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the largest hole for now, especially since this wig has a stretchy base and the person wearing it is going to be a guy. So his head is probably going to be bigger than, like, for instance, my head would be. So I'm just going to leave it on the last setting so it's got plenty of stretch room. So now we're going to turn our wig back the correct way. And we're going to pick what the middle, we're going to find the middle of the wig. And to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to find this center midpoint of the back of your wig. You're going to be looking at the nape of the wig. So the part, this is actually the back, the part in the back. And you're going to find the center. And for me, the center is almost like marked because there's a seam right there. And then you're going to take it and hold it upside down and pulling your hands forward, you're going to find it, you're basically going to fold it in half and find where it folds. So mine folds right there. So I've got my finger on it. I'm going to take my finger and hold it right there at that fold. And now you see on my wig form here, I've already drawn a line that indicates the center of the wig, where the wig, the center of the head. So you want to make sure you've got something marked on there to show the center. So we're going to take it and we're going to put our wig on our form. And I like to do that to start at the back. And you notice I've still got the center mark with my hand. And you're going to pull it over the wig form like so. And we're going to match this up with the center mark on the head. And now we're going to make sure everything is straight by pulling everything down and up that needs to go down or up. We're also going to check to make sure that the closure, which on this wig, this is the closure, is in the right area. Now we've got our wig stuck on our form like so. Now something we're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and check the back of the wig underneath and make sure, like I say, the center is still on the center. So I have a center mark back there. You check that. And so that gives us a pretty good idea of how our wig is formed up. Now this one, is ready to go, so we're ready to start working on our wig now and getting an idea of what we're doing. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go through and we're going to lightly brush our wig. And I'm actually going to use a brush because this wig has a lot of, it's been kind of product-y, had product already placed in it, so it's kind of like sticky and gross. It needs to be the product brushed out. So I'm going to give it a little brush, and I'm going to kind of brush the hair in the direction that I'm going to want Alucard's hair to go in. So you can see I'm also adjusting to make sure my part is where I want it to be. So this helps take all this kind of greasy stuff, distribute it through the hair, and make it smooth. So now I've got an idea of what we're going to do with that. Now this wig is still a little shorter than I would like, and it's also a little curled. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add some wefts of hair to it. And to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out where we're going to do that. First you're going to want to T-pin your wig, by the way. So take, and I like to just do currently one at the center, press a T-pin in there just to keep it from moving. And some people like to put one in the back. That's a good idea sometimes. So I'm going to part the hair, one right here. So now my wig is mounted on my head. It's not going to go anywhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out our weaving hair, and I've already got mine. I'm going to take all this, these ties off of it. And as you can see, when you cut this, make sure to be really careful not to cut any of little hairs on your wefts, because this stuff's not, I mean, it's not expensive, but, you know, $7, $8, you don't want to chop holes out of your wefts so that you don't have anything to work with. Now you're going to open your weft up and find one little edge like this, so you can get an idea of the length. See, this is pretty, it's not actually that long, it's only 5-6 inches. And what you're going to do is you're going to be looking, and you're going to, looking at your reference picture and looking at what you're going with, you're going to decide where you want to add more length. Now I want to add definitely more length right here in the bang, because Alucard's got a lot of length right here in this area, and I want to add some fullness down here at the bottom and down here on the sides. And I'm also going to be adding a lot of hair in the crown of the wig so that I have something to kind of cut and layer. So we're going to add hair all through here, definitely through here and down, and some in the back as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking at where I'm going to want to add these wefts. Now for the first couple, what I'm probably going to do is put them in arcs coming along this side. You can see where I've parted with my hand. And I'm going to sew them directly on top of each arc of wig weft that's already been applied to the wig. As you can see in my other video about wigs, there's a way wigs are made. You can usually follow their construction, and I like to do that. It makes the smoothest look. So what I'm going to do is I've decided I'm going to start there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the front here. Sometimes I start in the back. It just depends on what I want to work on first. We're going to take and, with our tail comb, at the lowest part of our wig here, we're going to find a place where we want to start adding extension material. I'm going to add mine right over here, over this ear. I'm going to start right there. So we're going to take this, and as you can see, I'm picking all the hair up until I have a nice, kind of a smooth spot to sew a weft. I'm getting everything out of the way. I'm going to bring this weft at least part of the way around to the back. So make sure you pick up any hairs from the wefts above you. You're just getting one smooth little weft there. And we're going to take this and we're going to clip it up. With this hair, it's short. I have to use little bitty clips. If you have a longer wig you're doing this too, you can use the long ones. They're probably going to be more effective. So we're going to go through and we're going to clip up all around on this wig where we're going to be sewing our weft. And you can see, if you look closely, we're going to be following this weft all the way around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep parting the hair and moving it up and clipping it up out of the way. And I am going to go all the way around to the back because I want to give Alucard some length and fullness here in the back. This wig's pretty short on the back. So we're going to be doing that. So we're going to take a break, and when we're done, I will add some more. So pause.